Halo, perkenalkan nama saya Meliana. Saya dari kelas A2 Manajemen Pagi, NIM 211041717566. Kali ini saya akan membacakan hasil ringkasan mengenai The History and Future of Service Quality Assessment, Connecting Consumer Needs and Expectation to Business Process. There is a tide in the advertisement, which taken at the float leads into burden. In the early 1980s, concern about consumer certification and product quality became emerging tides in the efforts of industry and academy. And in the early 1980s, three academicians boarded their service quality board and rode the tide. And what a ride they had! They were not only spawned numerous articles, books, conference presentations, and consulting engagements, but also significantly affected how many organizations went about measuring service quality. In 1985, Parasuraman, Leonard Berry, and Valery Zelham published a conceptual model of service quality and its implications for future research, which appeared in the fall issues of Journal of Marketing. 3 years later, in the Journal of Retailing, they published their approach for defining and measuring service quality, ServQual. Their adequate contribution called for measuring both perceived performance and consumer expectations. One key to maximizing quality was to maximize the difference between these two measures. In short, to exceed consumer expectations, no one can deny that choose two articles and the Parasuraman, Berry and Zelham Torika had a significant impact on the marketing research, literature, and industry. Because of that, the Academy of Marketing Sciences at its 1998 annual conference on current developments in marketing sponsored a special session recognizing ServQual 10th anniversary. The Academy of Marketing Sciences is a non-profit organization whose mission is to further the science of marketing throughout the world by promoting the conduct of research and the dissemination of research results through the story and improvement of marketing as an economic, ethical, and social force. The Academy's official journal is the Journal of the Academy of Marketing Sciences. ServQual history. The birth of ServQual. Parasuraman began the session by reviewing the history of ServQual from the early 1980s to 1998. His collaboration with Berry and Zelham began in 1983, and prior to their seminal 1988 Journal of Retailing article, Parasuraman et al. published a conceptual paper in 1985 identifying 5 service quality gaps. This framework is recognized today as a major contribution to the marketing literature, and it laid the foundation for what these 3 scholars were going to do over the next 13 years. Nature and determinants of service expectation. During the early 1990s, Parasuraman, Berry, and Zalham continued to evolve their conceptual model. Their effort bore fruit in their 1993 Journal of the Academy of Marketing Science article, "The Nature and Determinants of Consumer Expectation of Service." The refined sequel instrument, Parasuraman et al.'s 1994 Journal of Retailing article stated alternative operational definition of the zone of tolerance concept. It is beyond the scope of this review to discuss at least the nature of their empirical examination other that show and briefly discuss the measure they found to be the most reliable and valid. Exhibit 6 given their operational definition of the concept, which they refer to as the 3-column format. Impact of service quality on behavioral intention. In their 1996 Journal of Marketing article, the behavioral consequence of service quality, Zalham, Berry, and Parasuraman reviewed the extant literature about the relationship between service quality and profiles, and empirically examined several relationships between consumer behavior, attentions, and service quality. Vagueness and ambiguity associated with the desired concept. This point out the vagueness and ambiguity in different terms. Ambiguity means that a term or concept can possess multiple meanings. A term or concept is vague to the extent that its meaning is not clearly definite. The elasticity of loyalty with respect to service quality. This as how one interprets the change in elasticity of loyalty with respect to service quality. When perceived service quality exceeds the zone of tolerance, as shown in Exhibit 13, these say 3 are several factors that could explain the minimum slope of the loyalty function beyond the zone of tolerance in Exhibit 13. One reason may be a resultant's reluctance to ask the largest score rating. Parasuraman mentioned in the previously thus the reduced slope of the loyalty function may be due to how respondents we ask the score, not to a true change in the elasticity of loyalty with respect to service quality. The zone of tolerance and attribute importance, referring to Exhibit 7, he asked the following questions. If one knows the relative importance of each of the attributes, how does knowing the zone of tolerance for each attribute contribute of making better decisions? For example, let's assume that some reliable method is asked to measure attribute importance, and that detectables. Attribute is the most important attribute and the reliability attribute the less important. The management clearly would place more importance on improving the tables attribute than the reliability attribute, regardless of the information contained in the zone of tolerance control. Sekian dan terima kasih.